Today we are looking at this, the Cloner Alliance UHD Pro. Now, a lot of you realize I have a new puppy, and because of that, I don't get to come downstairs as much as I'd like to shoot stuff because she just needs so much attention, so much attention. So I figured what would be cool is that I could shoot stuff upstairs, and when I wanted to do any kind of screen capturing, maybe even like game stuff, I could have a new capture device. So I was like, what kind of capture device should I get? And then I realized that these guys had sent this to me, and I honestly had no idea what it was. So I was like, will this work? I think, possibly. And I think it'll work and do way more. So we're going to take a look at Cloner Alliance's website, crack open the box, and then we'll try it out. Cloner Alliance, they seem to make all kinds of like standalone recording stuff. They make little hardware for capturing and streaming, backup and software, all kinds of stuff in regards to kind of grabbing something from somewhere and putting it somewhere else. But this is the Cloner Alliance UHD Pro, as you can see here. So what do they say? Just to allow this. Here comes the Cloner Alliance UHD Pro with features below. Standalone 4K UHD digital video recorder. Cool. I don't know if you need like its own card or if it just has something inside it. Let's just see here. True Ultra HD recording. 4K basically. Up to 30 FPS. Capture 4K devices or gameplay from DVR, over-the-air, STP, TV sticks, disc players, camcorders, SLRs, game consoles on a USB flash drive or external hard drive. 4K at 60 frames per second, right? If you wanted to do 1080. That's a win. Supports both 264 and H.265. I'll probably use H.265. Instant playback, so you can actually play it back if you wanted to. And easy to use for everyone. Even my mother could use it. Probably not, just so you know. And that's kind of it. So here's the thing, right? It says, say, keeping your 4K watching experience forever. Create your own 4K content. Enjoy 4K video anytime, anywhere. And they do have, I think it's at the beginning here. Yeah, they did have something that I saw. And it talked about usage warning. This was it here, usage warning. And I'm sure they have to put this on here. Warning, all Cloner Alliance products do not support display or capture HDCP protected content. Okay, so be aware of it. It does not. And they say, if you violate the above laws, you may face a lawsuit. But here's my kind of question, because I don't know why they would say that if you violate them, if you're not able to violate them. So there's a few things I want to try here. Number one is I'm going to try hooking this up to my Xbox, and I'm going to try hooking up to my PlayStation, and I'm going to try hooking up to my Apple TV and see what we can record. So that's my curiosity. Anyways, here it is. Again, standard 4K 30 recording, scheduled recording. That's actually really cool. It's like an old TiVo. Is it TiVo that they used to have? I think it was called. UVC standard live streaming on Windows, Mac, so I can do streaming with this. 4K. I wanted a 4K capture card. Ultra low latency. Live commentary line in, out. I'm super excited about this, actually. I don't know what UVC is. Anybody tell me what UVC is? I'd probably look it up, but gives you guys something to comment down below, right? Record with, I like the schedule part too. Pass through as well, so you can have one go to like your computer if you're using, like me, like a streaming software like OBS or anything like that, and then one go out to the television, right? So you don't hurt that quality when you're going out. So, and this is where you know, some I want to see less expensive. Now this is not inexpensive by any means, right? If you were to actually buy this, where am I here? Buy standalone, this one here, buy now. Yes, US dollars 240. I think it's 360 Canadian. So not inexpensive by any means. I will put links below if you guys want to take a look at it. Again, depending on what you're copying, you may be breaking the law. I'm throwing that out there. So you know what? We're going to test it to see if it's capable of doing it. But that decision really up to you. Anyways, here we go. Ready? Ta-da! Cloner Alliance UHD Pro, nice big manual. Thank you for that. That's fantastic. I will definitely take a look at this while we're setting it up. And what does it say? 90-day no hassle return and 2-year warranty. QR code, get her going. That's sweet. I like that. Sweet deal. What does it say here? Cloner Alliance, satisfaction. There's all your contact us, live chat, etc., etc. Need help? There you go. Oops, I screwed things up. Sure, good. You do get a remote. Now, my guess is like all these little remotes, they are gonna not. I like that they at least put a sticker on it, because I've got so many remotes that all look the same, and you know you look at them and then you're like, I don't know which remote's for what. So my guess is this is AAA batteries. Yes. And of course, probably doesn't come with them. They should come with them. I'm saying for, you know, $300 and something Canadian, they should give me some at least cheap AA batteries. Any company that's like, here's all your stuff, I want to know that I'm going to be able to get home, plug it all in, and it's going to function. And if you have to charge me an extra $1 to put in ridiculously cheap AA's or AAA's, do it. Because nobody wants to buy it, and then you're like, oh. Plug in for the box itself. Yes, good. Okay, this is the box, so we'll get there in a minute. Bunch of cables, so that's awesome. We'll just kind of put that down there. We get micro USB to USB-A. All right, micro USB to USB-A. Okay, and we get a HDMI cable. Sweet, sweet, sweet deal. And last but not least, that is the box. Cloner. Now, I was kind of hoping, and it's sad because I had a 64 gig card or 64 gig USB stick. And of course, I let my daughter borrow it yesterday and now I don't have one. So I am going to have to find something that this can record to. Now, it did say it can record to a hard drive. So I do have some drives upstairs, so I may just unplug one and plug it into here and see what kind of magic we get. So I'm guessing that's our power. Yes? Nope. I don't know what that's for. HDMI, one of these is going to be your pass-through. What would be nice, because they do have it all here, this says, oh, this says 5 amp, 2 amps. So this can be, I guess, portable if you wanted to plug something into it, because this is just USB, yeah? So as long as you have that kind of adapter. This is going to be out and in. This is your USB storage device. This is your 2 PC. So that's this guy. So that's my. Oh, and it does come with this. Sorry, I was like, why? How much was it? So this is power. Yeah. Right, and then storage, etc., etc. And then here we have a line in, a line out mic. So if you are using this for streaming, you're going to be able to have that. There's going to be your IR port. This is your switch to toggle between H.265 compression and H.264. This is, it says snapshot, snapshot. And this says, I'm guessing start. It's hard to see. I'm guessing it's start and stop, but I can't quite tell. That's my guess. Anyways, it's not overly large, a little bit bigger than like an Apple TV, but not quite as thick. That's all right. That's all right. Yes. Sorry. Anyways, let's go upstairs. I'm going to plug it in and see if we can get some magic happening. All right, my friends, I'm going to put some batteries, because again, this needs batteries, you know, and there's Lucy. She's down here to help out. So what we're doing is we have it currently hooked into my PlayStation, because primarily for me, that's what I'm going to be using this for, is for a game capture. So that's in here. I have it right there. So out from the PlayStation into the TV, no power. Hi, Lucy. This is Lucy. For those who haven't seen Lucy, this is Lucy. I brought a portable battery down here just because I figured it would be easier for us to just plug it in right here than have to fart around. So I'm just gonna plug this in and make sure this is on. And then we're gonna turn this on and see what happens. Now, actually, before I do that, I'm guessing I should switch my TV. I am gonna edit this. I'm just gonna turn this a little bit. And let's see here. So let's go to PlayStation. We got a controller, which we're gonna turn the PlayStation on. And we're also going to turn or give this power. And you may be able to see, as soon as you power it up, it glows. And depending, I guess, on its glow will depend on what it's able to actually record, or if it is even able to record. So we had this Cloner Alliance pop up. There we go. Oh, here it comes. It seems to be having to figure out what it's doing. Now I got a red and a green on here. It says HDMI in, please scan QR code. What is that even supposed to mean? Oh, scan to get support. So first off, I guess I can use the remote to kind of go through these. Maybe, maybe not. Because I think when it's got this flash, the flash means that it's actually not, you see it flashing here between blue and green? I think the flash means that the signal that's coming in isn't compatible. Now it could be because it's sending in a 4K 60 signal. So I'm gonna check this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I got some things going on now, maybe. First off, if you hit the menu button on your remote, this is important because you really have to do everything with the remote. You will have things like bitrate, so I want it at high. Okay, always display on, always display record. Sure, file size 16 gigs per 3 hours. Can I go up? 2 gigs per 3 hours. I think 16 may be the highest. So I said yes, watermark no, loop recording no, and that's kind of it for the menus. And she's just so excited for me to be on the floor. It's weird, right? We also have scheduled record or schedule settings, which we're not going to touch because we're not doing that. System settings, language, yes. System file, yes. Single file, yeah. Reset, etc., etc. Just hit the back button when you're done out of this. Video playback. Now the one thing again I can't seem to see, this is if you have anything that you want to play back, but it is seeing my drive. You guys see that? Finally, I had to change the cables. So it was the cables. So you can see here if I go back into menu and video playback, you will see at the bottom here, it says there's 931 gigs available. So make sure your cable is okay. It's formatted as exFAT. A couple of things just to kind of be aware of. And again, if we go back into the record, I believe, now we have still HDMI 1920 by 1080p 60. So I'm going to see if I can get that up to 4K. We're close, we're close. Hold on. Okay, so no matter what, I can't seem to get this to record in 4K, and I don't know why. I've forced the PS5 to send out in 4K, but no matter what, this is always just flashing green. You guys may or may not be able to see that. So I don't know what's causing that at all. I've even tried different HDMI cables where I'm unplugging it and replugging it in just to see if that would help. And the simple answer is no, it does not. It doesn't seem to help at all. Anyways, let's try 1080p 60, shall we, just to see how that looks, and then we'll try the Xbox. Maybe it's a PS5 thing. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, anyways, as you can see there on the screen, 1920 by 1080p 60. If I bring up my remote, which I've been fiddling with, you can see down here, I've got it set to high bit rate, 1920 1080 60. Schedule no. Disk usage, it says unknown, whatever. And I'm gonna just hit the record button. Ready? And it says starting and recording. So now, in theory, I should be able to come here, and let's see if I hit, see, YouTube requires HDCP, But what about games? Because really, honestly, that's all I'm really concerned with is games. So if I hit God of War, let's try it and see if it records it. So far, so good. Right? I didn't expect it because it does say anything with that HDCP or whatever it's called wouldn't be. And it is recording to an external solid state drive, so it is a 1 terabyte solid state drive, just so you guys know. And we will switch now to the recorded footage. Now, I haven't played this game in a while, so it still looks good in 1080p 60. But you do lose a few things, of course. So if you are or do have a TV with HDR, it will disable HDR as well. Just so you know, yes? Jeez, I have to remember what all the buttons are. I can't remember. Oh, there we go. That's what that is, yes. Sweet. Cool, cool, cool. And I have to play this game almost from the start, just so I remember what I'm doing. And I'm playing pretty close to the TV, so. All right, does it record? It seems to record. Again, you just have to watch. If you're trying to record copyright stuff, it's not gonna let you. But I wanted it for capturing games, so that's a win. I'm gonna spin this around and hook it into the Xbox. One second. All right, my friends, so I have the Xbox turned on, but I'm going to just switch this to the Xbox. Let's see if the Xbox plays nicer. For me, that's probably the one that I use the most. So let's turn the Xbox on and cross our fingers. 1920 by 1080p 60. I don't understand why it won't let me record higher than that. If anybody knows what issue I'm having, because it's supposed to record 4K. Now, I don't know if we have to be connected to a computer to get this. I have read through this manual here, and right, it doesn't have anything. It just says the lights will go blue if it's capable of recording in 1080 and in 4K, and will go to green if it's 1080, and I'm getting green. So I'm having the same issue. So we can come here, for instance, play some Starfield, and I'm not opposed to 1080p 60 by any means, but big advertisement is it can record 4K 24 or 4K 30. So I would like to see 4K 30 is what I'd like to see, because that's what it's capable of recording. Yes. So if I hit continue,
everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Here to have a visitor.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see.
Anyways, you guys can see that it's recording, yes? So I just need to make sure that I hit stop, and I hope that I did that when I was disconnecting the PS5. I may have forgot, so hopefully I don't have to go back and do that part again. All right, guys, so we have figured out a whole bunch of things in regards to this fella right here. So first off, one of the reasons that I was super excited to try the Cloner Alliance UHD Pro was to actually record and capture UHD or 4K, right? Ultra high def. And let's just say it as it actually is. You're probably not going to get that from your console, because unless you have a television or a monitor probably on the end that only accepts 4K 30, which I don't know very many monitors that only accept 4K 30. the console will automatically boost it into as high as it can possibly be. So it detects the TV in the end, says, okay, it can take 4K 60, it can take 4K 120, it can take whatever it is, 1440p, and we'll send it out at that. So the moment it senses that you're in 60 hertz, the Cloner Alliance automatically says, okay, we can do 1080p 60. So we'll do 1080p 60. So I would really, really, really love to see there be some kind of option in the settings to have some kind of thing in the middle that you can say, no, it's coming through at 4K 60, but still just record at 4K 30. Just pull 4K 30 if possible. Or what would be even better is if they had a newer model or a firmware upgrade or something so that you could record 4K 60, because really, if you are trying to do streaming or some kind of capture, this becomes fairly expensive in regards to a 1080p 60 capture card. You know, even though you can plug external storage in, and that's probably what I'll be using it for primarily. Now, you can get 4K 24 or 4K 30, example, if I were to plug in this camera, right? Because then I could set this at 24 frames, I could set this at 30 frames, I could plug it into this, and of course, it would sense that signal and record at 4K 30 because the signal coming in is 4K 30. But if you're trying to get a console, if you're trying to get anything like that, that's in 4K, the chances of you actually getting it to record in 4K, not overly high. So just kind of be aware of that. Now, the next one is when you first plug it in, you may actually get this kind of error message where nothing comes up except the menu, and you get something that says scan the QR code. And if you get that, I got that, and basically all you have to do is hold your I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the H264 or H265 button. You just kind of hold it down. You keep it held like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then your screen will flicker, and then all of a sudden magic happens because it switches input and it says, oh, I see, you're trying to use HDMI. Now, I don't know what other port it thinks it should be getting data from, but for some reason, that functions and it works, and you do it once and it seems to be all it needs. So yay for that. Lastly, and this may be a Mac thing, but I recorded, you guys saw it, I recorded a whole bunch of video off my PS5 and my Xbox, and I wanted to bring up my Final Cut here, and I don't know if Final Cut is reading something that says, I think you're trying to capture copyright stuff. And so you end up getting this, and I'll just kind of show it to you. I have an area clicked here. So if I make this bigger, just wait for it here. Watch. It's running smooth. Ready? Hold on. Oh, there. Boom. And you get these black screens. And it's weird because if I were to watch that exact same thing, but watch it down here on a small screen, you guys can see it here, same area, you don't get a black screen, but you get, ready? Just wait. Coming up. Boom. And you just get this, like a stutter. So I was like, well, that's strange. And I ended up going and trying different external drives. I went to a different solid state. I went to a spinning drive. I went to anything. I was checking, hard drive speeds. I'm like, maybe it can't keep up with the data rate coming through, which made no sense because it's not actually sending a huge amount of data through it. But I don't know. No, it didn't matter. Then I ended up just playing it outside of Final Cut, and it played fine. I played it just on a normal screen, and I was like, so there's something in the encoding that Final Cut says, wait a minute, I think you're trying to copy something that you shouldn't be copying. So I ended up taking all these clips. You guys can see them here, right? There's one, two, a whole bunch of here. And I ended up running them through Handbrake. So for those of you that have never used it, Handbrake is a program you can get for Windows or Mac. And basically it allows you to just re-encode. So I popped all these in, set it up to re-encode, exact same frame rate, exact same everything,
it took about, it's not a fast process, but it took about an hour to do it all, which is fine. And now, if I go up to that exact same clip, I see I have it here as 7A, and we'll go to the kind of the same area. It will play pretty much indefinitely. You know, it'll just go and go and go and go and go and go and go. So I don't get this weird buffer or this weird screen blackout, because you can see normally it used to happen to you up here, right by this. There's a tree up here or something that I kind of crashed. Well, actually, it would happen here too. But it's good. And it would happen pretty much every 15 to 30 seconds, which made me think it was a copyright thing. So now it runs smooth, smooth, smooth. So something was in the file that it created. What was it? I don't know. But it's gone now. So if you guys have that issue as well, then run it through a program like Handbrake and yeah, Tree, and you're good. You're good to go. But you can actually open up this box. Not open it, like physically open it, but you can pretty much take away all the copyrighty goodness that you wanted. So while I was trying to figure out why I was getting these weird screens, because I didn't know it was just kind of Final Cut causing it, I was searching around and searching around and searching around, and I ended up finding this program. And this program was called Open Pass DCP. Open Pass DCP. And you basically just go on Google and search for it. And this program pretty much unlocks the Cloner Alliance UHD Pro, as well as a whole bunch of other Cloner Alliance pieces of hardware. So all you have to do is you take this, plug it into your computer. Now it is, as far as I can tell, only Windows based. So you put it into your computer, connect this, right? USB. Then you open up this Open Pass DHCP here. Then all you have to do is choose the device that you have and you say patch. It takes like 15 seconds, all done. And now I can record anything. As you can see here in this clip, I'll take the audio off because I don't want to get any kind of extra copyright stuff. I was able to capture anything off of the Apple TV, movies, Netflix, games. It didn't matter. I could copy it. I was free for all. Copy as you want. Now you're only getting 1080p 60, so you're not getting full 4K. But hey, now there's a lot of legalities here, right? And here's a simple rule of thumb. This is illegal. So if you are using this to copy stuff that you don't own, you didn't purchase, then you're breaking the law. But it's capable of doing it. So you can copy off your Apple TV, you can copy off your PlayStation 5, you can copy off your Xbox, and you don't have to turn the HDCP copy protection things off. You can let them all stay on. Can you copy everything? Have at her. Have at her. So I'm not putting links down below. I'm just kind of telling you, do a search for Google. You'll find it. It's like the first one. So, do I like it? Yes. I like this little guy. I like it. Was it way more work than I expected it to be? Yes. 100%. Do I get 4K? No. That's pretty well a really big advertisement that they push on this thing. Kind of true, but barely anybody's going to actually be able to capture 4K from it. So I'd like to see that be changed in the future. And maybe it's just a Mac thing, but there are a lot of issues trying to get it to kind of function the way you kind of want it to function. But it does. It did. I have perfect, workflow now to get this thing working. So it's good. It'll do exactly what I need it to do, and probably something that I will use quite frequently. I think that's it. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know in the comments below. I'll try to do my best to answer. It can be better, but for me, for right now, links down below, and I will see you guys next video. Later.